Hello guys, it's Julia, and as you can see I am back here and you can see that I'm on Windows 11 right now, so I thought I would give you guys my Windows 11 long-term review. This was a request on Twitter since I did ask people what should I make for videos, and I can actually make more videos now because my school schedule is not as chaotic. So this is actually a video that's being recorded as of right now. There's no voiceover, there's none of that. And I thought I'd give my review on Windows 11 since Windows 11 did come out on October 5th of 2021, and it is now January 22nd of 2022. Now I will say this, I've not been running 11 the entire time. In fact, if I open my settings and I go to System and I go to About, you will see that my install date was actually installed on January 13th of 2022. So this was just installed over a week ago, like a week and a half ago. So I thought I would give you guys, my review. I've been using it for the past week and a half on my main system as my main OS. I still have a Windows old and I might roll back to 10. I'm not sure yet, just because, there's some things I like about 11, but there's also things I don't like. So I thought I'd talk about in this video the things I like and the things I don't like. So, the things I like the redesign settings app. I think this looks really good. I think they did a very good job at this. I do notice a bug, which the user icon isn't showing there, but if I go to the start menu, you can see the user icon is there, which I do need to actually change that because that's outdated now. I just haven't had the chance to change it yet. And something interesting, now I don't use Focus Assist, but they added this option for the first hour after a Windows feature update. Why? Like, why would you not want to get notifications after a feature update? That just, to me, does not make any sense. Like, I never understood why Microsoft did that. Like, what? But yeah, the settings app is a lot more polished and redesigned compared to the one on Windows 10. And it shows your computer, it shows your background, it shows your computer's name and model, which is pretty cool. And you can rename it up here. And you can see Windows Update has an action. If I click it, it'll open Windows Update. Now it's trying to install Insider for some reason, but I'm not gonna go to Insider. I think I was going to, but then decided not to. But when I open the Insider settings, it's just broken, so I can't do anything. I'm sure there's like ways in the registry though to like undo it so it won't. If I revert back to 10, it won't matter. So yeah, speaking of Windows Update, it actually does look a lot better compared to the one on 10. I do like it. I think it's neat. And it even carries over your update history from Windows 10, which I find really interesting because you could see my Windows Update history from 10 also exists. So it's also all here, all my driver updates, all my definition updates, other updates. You can uninstall updates, which will probably let you roll back as well. Maybe, I'm not sure. That might just be the control panel shortcut. But things are definitely moved around a bit. The new power thing looks better on laptops, but I cannot really show that because this is a desktop, so I cannot go and show what it looks like, but it does look a lot nicer on laptops. And, after using 11 for a while, like, it's not bad. Like, the start menu, I mean, sure, it can have some work because it's just, I didn't pin everything, I didn't bother to. You can go to all apps, and you got your apps menu and stuff. And you could just scroll through and see your apps, which is pretty cool. But they also have the apps menu here, and you can see your apps through here too. And it'll make it really easy if you want to like uninstall something or whatever. You have to push over here, modify, uninstall, and that's how you can do it. So there's basically that. And the defaults, I'm not really a big fan of how the default apps work. Like, for example, for like if you want to set a default browser, it's a lot more difficult to do on Windows 11 because you have to change like so many things just to have a default browser set. So like if I find Firefox, which is my default, I had to, as you can see, it's not set to Firefox for everything. You have to actually go and set it. And I know I had to set it for even more than this for VLC because of all the video formats that there are. I had to go and change every single one. Well, some of them are iTunes because iTunes took some of them over, but I had to go and change a good majority of them to be VLC, because when I set it as default, it doesn't set every extension as default, which it's a bit of an annoyance. Like, I wish Microsoft would, fix that and make it for all extensions that have to do with videos to be set to that, just like for all extensions for, your web browser that a web browser would use would go to the web browser instead of having to, having to set them all manually. I also don't like the fact that this microphone icon you can't get rid of. I mean, I guess it's nice to show what uses your microphone, but like, I just wish the icon didn't show down here, because I don't personally like how this icon shows all the time. I know in Windows 10 you could hide it here, you can drag it and hide it, but I cannot, do that on Windows 11. It's not possible. And also, this looks like it's floating a bit, probably because, the rounded corners that they do here. If you could see, I actually have translucent TV installed to modify my taskbar. I could change it. Right now it's on acrylic. I can change it to normal, and this is what it would look like normally. And then if I drag something, the transparency just really isn't there much because they're using the Mica effect in Windows 11, so it's a bit different. But I will say, I do like the Explorer. As you can see, it still has the old Explorer, probably because I did have Explorer Patcher installed, but I uninstalled it, but for some reason it didn't revert the changes, I guess. Because, like, I wanted to use Windows 11 more stock, because when you change it, it just modifies it. But I guess it didn't fix that. But I do like the icons a lot better compared to the Windows 10 icons. I mean, they're not bad. Like, they're pretty nice looking, in my opinion. I think this looks pretty clean, if I'd have to say that. But, like, I mean, Windows 11 basically is Windows 10, but with new UI elements. Like, for example, you can see the animations exist here. And I think the animations look really good, and everything looks really good. There are some things, though, I miss, like in Windows 10, the news and interest widget where I could see the weather. I thought that was pretty useful to be able to see the weather when I could just look at the widget and the weather is there. I always found that pretty useful, but in Windows 11, that doesn't really exist. I heard they're going to add it back, but it's going to be like over here as a widgets button, and I don't know how to feel about that, because what if you want to put your icons back over on the left? Like, it's not going to, be proper. And also the fact I have to right-click to open Taskbar settings, and I can't right-click to open Task Manager, and I have to right-click this, and then I have to go to Task Manager that way. Like, that's like a bit of an interesting thing. But the Task Manager does look pretty good. It looks pretty much the same as it did on Windows 10. And you can see everything, like your GPU and stuff, just like on 10. And if your drives are hard drives or SSDs, you could see all that stuff, on Windows 11. But in my opinion, like, what I might do, like, I like Windows 11, but there's also some things I miss about Windows 10. So I might put my main system back on Windows 10, and then maybe my Surface Pro 6, I might upgrade to Windows 11, because it was on Windows 11 at one point, but then it was having that weird bug with the things overlaying, and it was in an 11 Insider, and it was really annoying, so I decided to reinstall, because it took Microsoft like 3 weeks to a month just to roll out an update to fix that issue. And in my opinion, that's a really long time to have to wait for a bug fix update for something that was that bad, because in certain applications like ShareX, it would cause problems and you couldn't take screenshots properly because the overlay issue would prevent you from doing so. But I will say I'm very looking forward to the next build of Windows 11 coming out, because the insiders have been adding a lot of useful things. I've been keeping up on it. I heard that Task Manager is getting redesigned, and they made it to where if you have like wireless headphones, like as in Bluetooth ones, the microphone sounds better. which is useful for people that have like AirPods or whatever and they want to be able to connect it to their computer without it sounding bad. There's ways to fix it though if you decide to not use the microphone in them, but it's just on Windows 11 you won't have to worry about that problem in the future when the next Insider comes out. So basically there's that going. But you know, me personally, like 11 isn't bad. It's definitely a different UI. It's definitely a UI you have to get used to. You could definitely change stuff like to the left if you're used to it being on the left there. Like you can certainly do that and it will make it easier. I still don't like the fact that the taskbar is a bit tall compared to on Windows 10. It's smaller. And I will say I haven't really had any bugs with Windows 11. It seems to be working completely fine. It's not really bugging out on me. And I did have some issues with my Windows 10 install, but like if I do go back to 10, I am going to do a in-place upgrade of Windows 10 again because that will fix a lot of the weird issues that Windows 10 had. Like when you repair install your OS, it can actually fix a lot of things. You could also do things like SFC scan now. So if I open this up, you can see I have our Windows terminal, which I made look, you know, really cool and transparent. But I can run an SFC scan, and this will also fix any corruption, which I could also do when I do go back to 10 if I do decide to go back to 10. But I'm still thinking about it because I do want to have Windows 11 on something, but being straight up, I kind of want to wait for the next build of Windows 11 before I move, you know, all my systems that are compatible to it, which is kind of the reason why I want to roll back my computer to 10 for now and then upgrade to 11 once the next version of 11 is released. Or if I'm having more issues with 10 that I can't seem to fix, then I might upgrade it again. But as far as Windows 11, I know back then I didn't like it nearly as much. I had a lot more complaints back then, but that's just because it was new. I wasn't used to it. Like, it was a new OS to me, and it was still buggy because it was still in testing phases and things like that. And it's always good to wait for all the bugs to be worked out and then upgrade. But I will say there's things I like about it. There's also things I don't, but they're going to be, you know, adding some things back. And I heard that in an Insider, they actually made where you can make the recommended smaller and you can have more pinned than recommended, which is really cool because you could just pin all of your apps to this and not have to worry about this panel. Maybe you can get rid of that altogether at some point. Maybe you can. I'm not even sure. But I know you can make it smaller in the latest Insider, because they did do it in one of the Insider builds. Also with Notepad. This is actually a new Notepad. I don't know how I got a preview Notepad. Maybe because my system's enrolled in Insider, so it updated. But you could see, if I could type correctly, this is the new Notepad in Windows 11, and I will say it definitely looks really nice. I prefer it over the old one, but I do use Notepad++ anyway, but this still looks pretty nice, I think, so it's pretty cool. And you can see I actually don't have any corruption because it says Windows Resource Protection did not find any integrity violations, which means there's no corruption found. So I guess that's good that my system isn't corrupted, because I will say Windows 11 is definitely stable. Like, for me, it's more stable, but like my Windows 10 had some issues, but then again, I could just repair install 10 and all those issues will most likely go away. But sometimes you got to be careful with rolling back, because sometimes rolling back can be finicky. Like, my install could corrupt or break. At worst case scenario, be unbootable, but you got to be careful with that. But anytime I've rolled back, I've never had a system be unbootable, so that's a rare case if something like that happens. But anyway, with the way my 10 install was, I would not be surprised if that happened. But I might actually make a video on how to properly roll back. I know I made a video upgrading or downgrading downgrading to Windows 11 where I was on 10 and the rollback feature downgraded. Well, technically upgraded to 11 because I did the downgrade experiment. That was pretty funny. but I might make a video on how to properly downgrade, because those videos I made were definitely not the proper ways of downgrading. And I know that on Windows 11 it's in a different spot. I'd have to actually look for it because I have no idea where it is. I don't think I've ever done it before, so... And if I did, I don't remember. But I'm sure it's not that difficult to probably find where it is. It's probably here somewhere. But you just have to pretty much, you know, look around and see everything. Oh yeah, my Bluetooth is also broken on my computer, but I think that just has to do with my computer itself. The Bluetooth has never worked on it. Like, since I've had this computer, it's not really worked. And see, it's saying drivers are unavailable. There's stuff wrong already with my system. I guess there are some things broken because it's saying, oh, driver's not available. Well, that's not good. Or it's because I don't have the Razer software installed. That's probably what it is. But it doesn't matter. You don't need it. It'll still work. So, yeah, pretty much with Windows 11, I will say Microsoft recently in the insider builds have been making a lot of changes. And if you just want to wait for some of those new changes and more bugs to be worked out, then I would wait till Microsoft releases the next feature update for Windows 11 within the next coming months. And once they do, that would be a good time to probably upgrade your system. But if you know, like the way 11 is right now and don't mind with some things not being perfect, then you can upgrade now. I will say it's not really buggy anymore. Like, all the bugs are worked out pretty much. It's mainly just some of the features that need to be added back, which they are working on a lot of things, and they are changing things that people enjoy, which is why I'm probably going to test Insider, but not on this install. I would most likely, you know, make a dual boot or install Windows to a virtual hard disk file and boot off that, which I might make a video on that because that's something that's useful if you don't want to have to worry about making partitions and things like that. But I will say Windows 11, not nearly as bad as it was when we first saw it. Then again, it looked like a lot was changed when we first saw Windows 11. And the fact that we saw it first when it was leaked, because it got leaked, and I feel like it would have been a lot better if it didn't get leaked and we saw it. But let me know what your guys' opinions are in the comments, and let me know, do you think I should stay on 11 or go back to 10 for now until the next feature update? Which, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to do that and then put like my Surface on 11, because touchscreen devices are pretty good with Windows 11. I'm going to have to say that. If you have a touchscreen device, Windows 11's pretty good on those. And the fact that the bugs are fixed, I think it's, you know, safe to say if you want to upgrade, it'll most likely be fine. I mean, you might experience some, but there's not nearly as many, and I've not experienced any, but I know some other people that have still experienced bugs. But, you know, it also depends on your software, your hardware, and things like that. But yeah, pretty much that's what I think of 11. It's not really that bad. There's still some things I don't like, but they should be getting fixed. Probably gonna go back to 10 for now. Still thinking about it. Maybe I won't. I only have like today to decide because it's about to hit 10 days. So anyways, that's my review of Windows 11. Later on, I'm definitely probably going to upgrade once the next Insider is public. Well, wait a little bit for the bugs to get fixed and then upgrade. I mean, it really just depends. But I think I've said everything. Oh yeah, I heard Control Panel might actually also be getting removed soon. But I do like the new icons in here, but I heard that that might be getting removed as well, so... And there were some other things that were changed. But I might make a video on Insider. Let me know if you guys want to see that. So far though, 11, I mean, there's things I like, there's things I don't like. You know, this is different. You know, this is different. There's a lot of different things. And also the fact that if you want to go to like volume mixer, you have to right click and open, and it's now in settings, which is a bit of an annoyance. I mean, it's alright. It's just going to take time to get used to, but they moved the volume mixer to settings, as you can see. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling because I'm rambling a lot, but thanks for watching. And also, if there's any other videos you guys want to see, leave a comment, because as I said, my schedule is less crazy so I can make more videos. Probably not going to be like every day or anything, but definitely more often than before. Anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now. Have a great day.